How long until I get max? How to rank up fast in Call of Duty Black Ops 4?
What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be looking at how to rank up the fastest in Black Ops 4 multiplayer. Keep in mind this video is focused 100% on the multiplayer aspect of it. We're not looking at Blackout in this one. I will do a separate video talking about how to rank up fast in Blackout. That should be coming relatively soon. But when it comes to multiplayer, Enya and I did a bunch of testing. We found out which modes are going to be best, as well as just the general strategy that you can use to rank up the fastest in this game. So first up, obviously, gotta mention double XP. If you can get your hands on some double XP codes somewhere, I know Monster Energy does some sort of promotion with that, then of course double XP is going to help you a ton with ranking up faster, but you don't necessarily need double XP in order to rank up relatively quickly in this game. Now before we get into game modes, I wanted to get into the biggest tip that I have for ranking up fast, and this goes for pretty much any Call of Duty game. This is simply variety. Using a variety of weapons and perks and specialists and score streaks even to an extent is very, very important for ranking up fast, because there are challenges for pretty much anything. Doesn't matter what you're using, there is likely a challenge for it. And these challenges really add up quickly over time, especially the weapon challenges. This is something that I highly encourage you guys to do, is change it up, mix it up with your guns, and use a wide variety of weapons. I see a lot of people, they find their go-to gun and they just kind of stick to it, and that's all they tend to use. And once they unlock all the attachments for it, once they get all the camos for it, they're not earning any extra challenge progress towards that gun, and they could easily be earning tons and tons of XP if they had just mixed it up and used other weapons. Now, one thing I will mention with weapons is if you're trying to rank up the absolute fastest you possibly can, yes, variety is good, but not if you're sacrificing your ability to actually do decent in the game. So just as an example, I'm not the greatest with sniper rifles. I can kind of hold my own, but when I compare a game with me playing with a sniper rifle versus a game with me playing with any one of the SMGs or assault rifles or LMGs or even tactical rifles, I'm going to do significantly better with those other guns. And as a result, it's not really worth it for me to use sniper rifles too often just for those challenges that I'll be getting, because that challenge XP that I get through those sniper rifles isn't going to make up for all of the lost kills and potential that I had in that match. So don't just stick to the same 1 to 3 guns, like try to mix it up, stretch your comfort zone a little bit, but at the same time, if it's a weapon that you just absolutely can't handle and you do terrible with every time, you're probably better off leaving that one to the side. Now, getting into a bit more specifics here, when you're using those weapons, it's actually really important to also focus on headshots. Now, don't go too far out of your way to go for these headshots. Like, if it means that you're going to be losing a lot more gunfights, then probably avoid going for a headshot in those situations. But if you have the opportunity, definitely go for that headshot, because as you unlock camos in this game, you also get challenges for every camo that you unlock, and this adds up very, very quickly as you're using guns, and you might as well be doing it if you have the opportunity to. So that pretty much covers it for guns. Now let's move on to specialists. With specialists, Enya and I did a bunch of data collection on the game modes as well as the specialists we were using, and it turned out that we didn't really notice much difference overall in the specialists you use when it comes to XP. Now, some specialists are much better at earning score than others. Crash, for instance, earns a ton of score if used properly, but score does not equal XP.
Dude,
so when you get score in the game towards your score streaks, that does not necessarily translate into XP for you at the end of the game. And what we found...
How to fix Black Ops 4 just randomly crashing.